What's going on guys, G-Smassy here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today's episode is a little bit different because it's not covering what happened over the last couple days, it's covering the biggest and best transfers throughout the whole month of June. These are all confirmed deals, but alongside that I'll talk about some transfers that may happen before the end of the month because obviously I'm recording this on Saturday, so the date right now is the 29th of June and there's still one more whole day. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, it's a new transfer episode. And finally, in the comment section below, what has been the best transfer this month in your opinion? So the first set of players I'm going to cover are going to be transfers that could happen between now and the end of the month itself. So first up we have got Rabiot. He is set to join Juventus, it's pretty much all guaranteed now, and it will be a free transfer from Paris Saint-Germain. The thing about this one, I imagine it'll be completed at the very start of July because he'll be a free transfer officially then, and the deal could happen straight away. Then we've got Joao Felix. He is set to join Atletico Madrid from Benfica for 126 million euros, and Benfica have confirmed via an official club statement they received the bid and they're considering it, but as of right now nothing has been accepted. Buffon is very close to going back to Juventus, again on a free transfer just like Rabiot, this time also from PSG, and it's a strange return because a lot of people thought, you know what, his time in Italy was done, but yeah, he's going back to Juve to become their backup goalkeeper to Wojciech Szczesny on a one-year deal. Jack Clarke has passed his medical with Tottenham, so this deal could actually be announced already. It's said to be an £8.5 million fee from Leeds United, rising to 13 mil. Lazaro has agreed a fee, or Inter have agreed a fee of Hertha Berlin for Lazaro, split to be 22 million euros. They've got Kovacic. He probably will be announced by the time the video goes live because they have until the end of the month, so the end of today basically, to get the deal over the line. And the reason they can't sign him despite a transfer ban is simply because last season he was registered to this squad and it would apply to Gonzalo Higuain, but they don't want to sign him. Manolas's move to Napoli from Roma is very close to being completed, just like Clarke before and Lazaro and Kovacic. It's around 34 million euros and Diawara is going the opposite direction. Ander Herrera and also Pablo Sarabia are going to be announced by PSG on Monday, so it'll be July the 1st technically. One is a free transfer, the other one is for around 19 million euros. Thiago Mendes is set to go to Lyon from Lille, 25 million euro fee for him, and that's as a long-term replacement for Ndombele. And then finally, the one that I've put in this list is going to be De Ligt. I'm pretty certain the deal won't be done by the end of this month, but definitely in July at some point, I imagine he'll become a Juve player. Right, so they're the players that could happen. Now let's jump into those that are confirmed deals and have been announced throughout the whole month of June. So first up, we've got a young Dutch centre-back called Van den Berg. He joined Liverpool from PEC Zwolle and it's a £1.7 million fee that could rise to 3.1 mil after additional bonuses. He's a player that has got apparently a lot of potential. I can't say I've really seen too much of him, but he will be integrated straight into first team training when pre-season starts. Dermich has joined Premier League new boys Norwich from Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's a free deal for them. Rafa Camacho has joined Sporting in Portugal from Liverpool this time. It's a £5 million fee that could rise to 7 mil with a buyback option included and a 20% sell-on clause. I mentioned in yesterday's episode, Liverpool didn't really want to sell him, but if they didn't sell him now, he'd pretty much be a free transfer in 1 year's time. Then we've got Ryan Babel. He has made a quite controversial move to go to Galatasaray from Fulham, and it's a free deal. And the reason it is controversial is because he used to play for Besiktas. He has still got a fair amount to offer and is even still part of the Dutch national team. Then we have got Antonio Valencia. He joined a club in Ecuador, his home country, called LDU Quito. It's from Manchester United and it's a free deal. I haven't included this in an episode yet because it went through on the Saturday morning, but it will be fully covered tomorrow. Then we've got Julien going to Celtic from Toulouse and they paid £7 million for him. An interesting one is the young Swedish striker called Isaac. He was formerly playing for Borussia Dortmund and he didn't really get too many opportunities because he couldn't break into the first 11, but he's now joined Real Sociedad from Dortmund at a fee in the region of 5 to 10 million euros. He signed a 5-year contract with the Spanish side and he impressed out on loan last season to Velem 2, where he scored a good amount of goals in a short amount of appearances. And they have got a buyback option, so if he is successful in Spain, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up back at Dortmund in the near future. Another player going to Sociedad is going to Porto. He's joined them from Girona and the fee is 10 million euros. Then we have a Belgian centre-back called Van Housden, apologies if I say his name wrong, but he has joined Standard Liège from Inter Milan and they paid 12.6 million euros for him. Max Kruse has joined Fenerbahce from Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga as a free transfer after his contract expired. He had a very solid couple of years for Werder Bremen, or a fair amount of seasons to be fair, and a free deal for Fenerbahce, it seems like good business. Then we've got Mbolo. He joined Borussia Mönchengladbach from FC Schalke and they paid 10 million euros for his services. And the thing about Mbolo, he had a lot of potential a few years ago, but his injuries have been horrific. Jean Jordan has joined Sevilla from SD Eibar at a fee of 14 million euros. There was interest there apparently from Arsenal and West Ham, but he's decided to stay in Spain and will move to Sevilla like I said. Then we have Vilhena. He joined FC Krasnodar in Russia from Feyenoord at a 9 million euro fee. He's a card that I used a fair amount back in the day when he was a silver on FIFA Ultimate Team, but since then not really used them at all. Then we've got Bruma. He joined PSV from Leipzig. It's a 15 million euro fee. That's a club record deal. It's actually overtaken Mattia Kesman's transfer to PSV from the year 2000. Schlager has joined Wolfsburg from Red Bull Salzburg and they paid 15 million euros for his services. Muriel has joined Atalanta from Sevilla and it's 18 million euros, and that's after a very successful loan spell with Fiorentina. And you might see him a fair amount at the start of FIFA 20 because it does mean a new hyperlink to his fellow club member and also fellow Colombian striker, Duvan Zapata. Then we move on to Diaby. He's joined Bayer Leverkusen from Paris Saint-Germain and it's cost him 15 million euros and he's on a 5-year contract with the German side. Djenepo has joined Southampton from Belgian side Standard Liège and it's cost him £14 million. Standard Liège have already replaced him by bringing in Lumbombe, I think he's called, from FC Nantes. That's a loan deal for that player. Then we've got Daniel James. It was Manchester United's first signing of the summer from Swansea City. It's a £15 million fee that could rise to 18 mil after bonuses, and it's on a 5-year contract with the option to extend for a further year. He was very close to joining Leeds United back in January, but that deal fell through. So realistically for him, it kind of paid off that deal not happening because now he's a Premier League player. An interesting one was Quincy Promes. He has joined Ajax from Sevilla and the initial fee is 15.7 million euros, but that could rise to 17.2 with add-ons, and it's on a 5-year contract. Ajax are expected to have a fair amount of players leave the club this summer, so bringing a player like Quincy Promes in, it seems like a good move. Then we've got Trossard. He joined Brighton from KRC Genk, that's an 18 million pound fee. Vlasic has joined CSKA Moscow on a permanent basis from Everton. It was set as an undisclosed fee, though the papers are saying 14 to 15 million pounds. Aston Villa spent a lot of money on a club record fee to bring Wesley to the club from Club Brugge in Belgium, and it's a fee that's 22 million pounds that could rise to 25. I personally haven't seen anything of him, but I believe he scored a lot of goals last season and could be ones to watch for the Premier League next year. Then we move on to a pretty interesting one here because there's two players, it's Neto and also Silerson. First up, the Brazilian goalkeeper has joined Barca to become the backup to Marc-Andre ter Stegen as from Valencia. The fee is 26 million euros plus 9 mil in bonuses, and apparently they've done this because of financial fair play, because I think it goes down as a profit for this season, freeing up funds for the upcoming financial year. So the total fee is 35 million euros, whereas for Silerson, that's how much Valencia paid exactly. Another outgoing at Barca is going to be Andre Gomez. He joined Everton on a permanent basis now from Barca, and they paid 22 million pounds. One that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on for next season is going to be Pablo Fornals. He joined West Ham from Villarreal at a 24 million pound fee. It makes him their second most expensive transfer of all time, and he's impressed a lot at the Euro Under-21 Championships. Marcos Llorente has joined Atletico Madrid from their rivals Real Madrid, and it's a €40 million fee. And the interesting thing about his transfer as well is that apparently he was a replacement for Rodri, who hasn't been sold just yet, but he has already taken his number 14 shirt. Politano's move to Inter has been made a permanent basis from Sassuolo. It's a €20 million fee, and again, loan made a permanent. A interesting one is Mats Hummels. He's returned to Borussia Dortmund from Bayern after about 3 years away, and the fee is around €30 million. It could rise to 37. Dortmund lacked a lot of experience in their backline last season, and Hummels brings bags of that, won plenty of titles playing for Bayern and also for Borussia Dortmund previously, and I didn't really expect it. It came out of nowhere, and it happened very quickly. Ferland Mendy made this switch to Real Madrid from Lyon, and he's a new left back costing them €48 million. He has been unveiled officially now, and I'm pretty certain for FIFA 20 he'll have a once to watch card. WAN-BISSAKA has officially joined Manchester United from Crystal Palace for a fee in the region of £50 to £55 million. He signed a 5-year contract with the option of a further year on top of that to make it a 6-year deal, and he's set to pocket £25 million himself. United fans are probably very happy about the transfer because they've been used to Ashley Young at right back for a fair amount of time, and he's not up to the standards anymore. Luka Jovic made a very promising move to Real Madrid from Eintracht Frankfurt. It's a €60 million fee on a 6-year contract. And to be fair to Frankfurt, they made a lot of profit on him. They signed him on a permanent basis after a successful loan spell from Benfica, and he cost them like €7 million. And now we have the biggest transfer. I think it's pretty obvious throughout the whole month of June. Eden Hazard going to Real Madrid. He's become a Galactico from Chelsea, and the fee itself is €100 million, but it could rise to 130 with additional fees. He's on a 5-year deal worth a reported £400,000 a week. It's a move that I think everyone can agree was definitely deserved because he's been fantastic for Chelsea ever since joining them, and I think now is the right time because they didn't replace Ronaldo last season, but bringing in Luka Jovic, also Hazard and Vinicius Jr. coming into form or getting more experience, should I say, they've got a lot of options for next season. And in the current market with players going for crazy fees, I think Hazard's fee is very, very good. For Chelsea, it's okay because he had 1 year left in his current contract. So realistically, it's better than losing him on a free. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, pressing the subscribe button if you're new, and pressing the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, it's a new transfer episode. And finally, in the comment section below, what has been the best transfer this month? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.